welcome back to Opally Hour. Today we are continuing our Spaceport by Rokr, and these are the parts we are initially going to need, including a screwdriver. It looks like we're going to be making the handle. Gosh, I've got to find somewhere to put my pot. I've got things all over the show today. Okay, I need to get my grease, I know that. Hold on. Alright, got that to hand. So we are putting the handle on. That's where we're starting, by the looks of everything. So got my tool here in case I need it. Not sure I do. And we are starting with the rod going through the handle piece and being tied on with the square one, like so. And we have to screw that on. And get that started. Famous last words. And it says use the tool and a screwdriver over here to tighten it. Do we need it fully tightened? Screw the nut to make it tighter. Doesn't say it should be loose or anything, so okay. Stick that in. Well, it's a square nut, so what tool? Do I have another tool that I'm not aware of or I did not bring out with me? Okay, just being dippy. So next is to put this piece in, probably through the little hole more than, you know, where I'm trying to put it in, and then put the nut on, and then we tighten, which makes more sense, especially when I can get it going. I'm thinking this way round will probably be easier. Gosh, people make this look so easy, and then you come to my video and it's like, yeah, not so much. Okay, bear with me, puppy. She lost her ball. So anyway, so now we use the tool, which we use the crosshead. I'm just using the tools that they supplied currently, except for the grease or wax. Okay, let me get that done. Alright, for someone challenged like me, it was easier to put it flat on the floor, on my workbench, like so, and then put it in from there. So it's still a little loose, so I'm going to do that again. So it doesn't say it has to be tight, like you want this to get round. Okay, so that will be good for now. And then we put these two together, like so, she says, followed by D16. That's why I have all these up the right way. Fortunately, they are all numbered, and this one goes as far as it can, followed by a little handle facing towards it, like so, followed by D18, followed by K4, just like one cobble after another. It'd be easier to have had one huge one, wouldn't it? K4 by K3, that's a bigger one, K3 by A22, What's this one here? I know we're going to need these screwdrivers again. My puppy's got to the window now, so she's looking out and growling at the neighbours. K13, this one here. Did I miss D21? That's the question. No. K13, followed by, funny enough, D21. And then I have to grease both of these. So let's get my smelly stuff. And just basically inside here. It's not going to hurt to have a little bit on the outside too. And the other one. And then we're not doing anything with that right this second. Oh, way too much. I'm going to put a little bit on the inside of it. So it's got a little bit of a pattern on that side, so I'm just going to put it on this side a little bit. I'm not sure what this is going to be all touching, so got rather a lot on there, haven't I? Okay, and we are going to put this whole thing, oh, this needs greasing too. And I think I'm going to grease the cog as well, because normally where there's a cog you're going to want grease. And I think that's what it's showing me. It is. So, got the cog done, and the spindle here. Okay, and then we will put it in the top one, like so, with it facing that way. And then we are following that with the next lot of pieces, which is here. So we need K24, which also does need to be greased. I'm not even sure what she's seen. It's probably a bird or something. She doesn't know what to make of birds yet. And again, just put some grease on here. One day I'm going to look at my plant and find all my flowers have gone. And she's decided to eat them. She tried to eat a dandelion yesterday. I don't think it's going to hurt her. I'm just trying not to encourage her. Okay. And followed by D25. Which is this little one to hold it all on, which does not need grease. So just push all that together. Well, easier said than done, she says. There we go. Just make sure it's all nice and tight. Go. It's not as tight as it needs to be, I don't think. Oh, it's a bird. It is a bird, you know, guys. Oh, puppy. Right, so you've got quite a bit on the end here. Next, we are going to be doing something for this bottom piece down here. We are going to be making another join, like with two of these, and on it will be D15, which is the bigger one of the two, and then D19, like so. And those need greasing all the way down, or the inner one needs some wax on it. Oh, bless her. I wonder if she realised that clawing at the window isn't going to do anything. We don't want her catching birds. I don't want her to be a bird catcher. That's a cat's job, right? I don't like it then. I'm all for nature. She's cleaning my window now. She's licking it. Okay, right. So that then goes through this second hole at the same side as the handle. So like so. And we are going to put on, read my instructions a little bit, K2, which needs greasing. So let's get that on there and then I'll grease it. And does that go all the way down? That's... Oh, I lied anyway. Come back off. No, I didn't. Just go on there. Double checking myself now. Yes, it does. So this does need greasing. Cock does. There we go. Make sure it meets up with this other one here. And this is just to make the manual mechanism work properly, I think. I don't know if there's another purpose. There could well be. And just make sure that that all is well and truly greased. Almost done. Almost done. I think the bird flew off. That's what I reckon. Okay, and that is going to be held in place with A21 now, which is this one, and then K23, which also needs greasing. Let's make sure I'm tightening this up at the same time. Does this even go down any further? It should, I think. I can't make it. Should it? Oh, let me see. Oh no, I see. So there is a gap between this one and that one, and it's meant to be there. I was thinking I'd messed up. But no, there is a gap. I don't know if it's meant to be quite that big. It doesn't really show there to be a gap. Well, hold on a minute. Let me see. K2, K20, wrong piece. K20. Goes all the way down, followed by this little piece, and it goes through the bottom one like so, I guess. So this 20 needs a little bit of grease on it as well. Well, maybe I shouldn't have introduced her to the window. Too much exciting stuff. Alright, okay, I had to know that there was a car. So you want it to be like so. So the pattern side as such is on the inside. Basically it's going to look like so. And that top piece will go on there too. And I'm not sure I greased that, but I'm going to in case I need to. There we go. So it goes on like so. And then we do A21, so that makes more sense, I hope. And then K23, which is this one, which will need greasing, and followed by A21. Keep it all in place. papers are going to hate me that I got her to up there. Ah, dear. Oh dear, what can I say? And then I'll just double check myself, make sure everything's facing the right way, because I know that this piece here does have a pattern on it, and pretty sure I put it the right way. I don't think there's another way that it wants it to go. Let me have a look. And oh no, this goes to that side, so that is correct. Right, on to the next little part. Lots of pieces, but I don't think it's too drastic. So A30, wherever, goes up here, and this has to be greased. Getting used to this now, aren't we? Just basically grease everything. Make sure that that goes down properly. So you're greasing, in this case, the board, so that A30 can move, I'm guessing. Make sure that goes in tight, like so. And then we're going to put K22, which is a small peg, in it, in here, in here, in here, to hold it all together. And to use the tool to press it down. Do you reckon it means to put it in the arrow side? Oh, let me have a look. It's hard to tell from the picture, but I'm guessing it's arrow side first. Okay, I will come back to doing that. It does say to do it after the other bits, so let's do the other bits first. Let's do it in the right order. Okay, so we are going to need K41, which will need greasing, and followed by these pegs, which have to point inwards. So these little pegs here, like this bit here, goes on the inside of the bit like this. So just put all four in, pointing inwards. Very important, it says, to make sure we get that right. And this is why a lot of it, you know, if you don't sand it properly and you don't grease things properly, then it doesn't work properly. And then people complain and say it's not working, and quite often it is purely down to it wasn't greased enough. And then put this piece on top, and then we grease this wheel. I got hiccups. And push that all the way down. Just grease this. I mean, I know that the grease will move around as well, which is a good thing. I mean, that's the idea, to transpose it. But you can see why those blocks, and this one came for one of those blocks of wax as well, why they wouldn't probably do the amount of cog you've got anyway. I think it was the pinball came with 2 lots of wax strips, so I think this one just came with 1. It's still in the box. I need to put it with my other wax strips, because like I said before, they are really good strips. It's just they're very messy and they break apart quite easily, and you end up with tiny bits then that you're trying to grease everything with. But if you've got Vaseline, it would probably do exactly the same job and probably be less smelly than what I'm using. Okay, and then we take this piece and it goes on this spindle, like so. And now we have to put this piece in. I don't have a choice now. So it says grab the table edge. so that you're not putting any pressure on the you're not going to see any of this. And then push it in with this tool. There we go. Got that in. Didn't take a moment either. They just say, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to put any pressure on the handle, and you're pushing it from the top here. So this is followed by A31 on the bigger one here, and D22 on here to keep it all in. And then it wants you to wax these. Just the little one, really. Or is it? No, I think it's put this on the wrong way. Let me take this off again. I knew which way I had to put it around too. Like this. Oh, push the whole thing out. Right. Now 31 and this one. And these cogs basically wax on the outside here. I think it's mainly this smaller one, but I think I'm going to get the other one as well, just in case. Got a hair in there. Okay, and we now grab the next set of stuff. Just picking off some of the grease from my hand. I'm going to be marking everything. Right, I'm going to be dealing with some of these bigger pieces. So let's see. We have to build it up first. So A5. We are going to put on these two pieces. Let's make sure I've got them the right way round, like so, and like so. And it's very important to make sure that wow, some small print. Okay, so there is a tiny mark on this side. This has to be the way I've got it facing. And then these go in, and they are held in with these little pegs. So I'm going to get one in there. One in there, and followed by putting it in here. I've got so much wax everywhere, everything really smells of it. I won't get a cold for a year. Always be a good thing. And push them through. And they're meant to be flush on the bottom because they're not. It doesn't say. And then do the same with the other one. So I'm just going to push them all the way through these. Might be a bit easier. And then put them in here. Right, that's that. Then we go back to our big piece here, And we are putting, make sure I get this right, this piece in here and this piece over like so. So is that how it's going? There it is. Okay, so that's in. And then we are going to be doing the next little bit, which is to do with these. So we're going to take the other platform, this one here, D27, and we're going to put in these two rods into the holes on it, like so. Okay, and this goes on top of this other one by just connecting it here, I think, with those upwards. Yes. Triple checking myself here. Okay, and that does belong there. And then we are going to put H12, which is this piece here, in the very bottom to connect these two pieces, this one and this one, up, and it goes in lengthways. Like so. Now we're going to put the other side on with this going the same way as the other one. So it's going to have a hole at the bottom here, like this. But basically everything else will mirror what we've just done. Well, it would be easier not to do that one first. I think it's easier to probably just slot it in. Where am I slotting it in? I've moved myself around in here. There we go. A little bit of brute force. And this has two places to go into, there and there. Just get it over there and line it up with there. You got that right. Lots of theirs. And as much as it sounded like it made a noise, it could have broken, it didn't. It's just letting me know it's in. And then finally a piece of D24 goes on here. Holds it all in place, and that's what we end up with. That is tight. Okay, it does work. Okay. Doesn't say to test it, by the way, so I'm probably doing something I shouldn't be. Just holding it so that you can see it works. Go around, and vice versa. Sorry, this stuff is strong. So I've got an extra piece that I've pulled here. Right, and that, I believe, is stage 4 complete. So we will move on to step 5. Let me go and grab those pieces. Alright, stage 5 looks like a gigantic step, and technically it reasonably is. However, from your point of view, a lot of it is rinse and repeat and you won't be watching it all. So I'll show you a couple. So we take this one and we have the bigger piece. So they've got it round this way. I guess I could do it that way. And this is going to go in here. Like so. Then we are going to take 2 of these. Is it those ones? Yes. And those are going to go in here. If I can get it in. And these will all be sandwiched together, so you know, if it's not imperfect, it's no big deal at this point. Then you have 2 sizes of ball bearings, and it's the small one that's going to sit in here. And then we are going to put a lid on, which is the bigger one, like so. Like this, and then put the other side, just making sure that these holes are always together because we will be putting some rods through them. And we've got to do that 6 times. Oh, there's one more piece we need to, 2 more pieces we need to do for this actually, and then we'll repeat it 6 times. So it's not 100% lined up here. There we go. And that's all in, and then we put a pretty piece on both sides here, like so, and one on the other side, and then we just repeat that 6 times. I am not going to get you to sit here and watch me do that. It probably won't take that long, but I'm still not gonna. I don't think you want to see it 6 times. Let's do one more, shall we? So one facing this way, and then we put this piece on like so. Okay, then we put these 2 smaller pieces on like so. Put our ball bearing in. I think it's just counterweight, these ones, by the way. I think that's what it's doing. Put a lid on it, although it can fall out the other side, but you know. Lid on it for now, making sure that the hole is in the same placement because that will have a pin. I'll put this on, just line it up. Well, that went a bit extreme. Yeah, it's already through. I'm trying to poke it through and it's already there. So it's just this one. There we go. Oh, and this one. There we go. Not quite. Okay. And then put the 2 covers on to make it look pretty. I think what we're doing here is like a, you know, like a big wheel has the little carriages. I think that's kind of what this is. But you don't put people in it. Whoops. I think it literally is counterweights. Right, that's 2 done. I will get and do the next 4 and I will be back. Right, and there we go. All 6 of those are done. Didn't take a second, did it? It didn't take long in reality. Then we are going to do the next piece 6 times as well. Oops. Don't think we need those for a bit. All these. Oops. Ping that across the room. Well, my desk. Not really a room. I swear that wax has gone down my throat. Let's just get rid of those for now. That's how we connect them, is using these. Alright, what we will be needing is, let's see what we have. We're needing one of these with one of these. Don't think it matters which side, it's kind of the same. And one of those on the other side as well. So I'm guessing as long as they are, you've got the holes, and there's holes on these like that. As long as you've got those in the same direction, I think that's your main point. And then you have these little pieces, and again you want this bit here, these holes, to be in the same position, so on the same side, like so. So you've got a hole there and also a hole there, assuming that's what they're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so just need to put this one into. Yeah, it just wouldn't be like, if they're planning on these holes lining up, that's just not going to work. But they are not. Do they go all the way in? Oh, they go all the way in, by the way. Don't do what I just did. Go halfway. Think you'd done it. But these don't. So the grey coloured ones go all the way in, and those other ones are slightly out, like so. Alright, and just do that 6 times. I'll be back in a split second for you. Alright, and that's that done. Important bit to remember is this hole here goes at the is higher basically than the one with the hole in the grey. So it goes like that. Alright, next step. Alright, the next step is very important. You get in the right direction. We are basically combining the 6 steps we did. So we have our little cart as such here, and it has a slot on the front, this slot here. So you want that slot to sit away from the holes in the grey part, so these holes here. So you want it like this, and the holes you're marrying up are this one along with those all the way through. So something like this. Can't think this is going to be my strong point somehow. I'd be shocked if it was. Oh, got it some way through. Oh, maybe in luck. Yep, and then you put the collar on the other end. Doesn't say it has to be flush, or does it? It doesn't really, but you want some movement on it, so I'd imagine that. And you can't press them down like this. That'd be a bit easier for me. Oh, the back. This is not easier for me. It's because I can't get it straight. Come back here, little beast. Oh, don't drop it. Alright, I will get it in. I will. I'm going to use, I think for the others, I'm going to use the edge of the desk. Alright, so it's like this. It's not in straight, but it's like this. So the ends here, this slot, is basically all the way through, and you still have those 2 holes at the back here with nothing going on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the other 5 done and get this one put on properly. Right, a lot easier if you use the tool. That's all I'm going with. Alright, I'm going to go on and do the others. Alright, those are all done. I had to have them all facing me the right way to make sure I was putting them in right. So next I'm going to be messing around with these little pieces. We start off by using, we need a few other pieces. like this one, by using D8 and D4. Put this one back here, and roughly lining up the tops up here, like so, and those go in here, and we are going to be waxing one side of these. Wax the back only. I think the bottom of this we need to wax, so I will do that in a moment. And then we will be needing D30, which facing it the same way, like so, and this goes in here, like this. And then this one, I think we're going to need to wax it before. It says wax the back only, so I'm thinking the bottom is what they mean. And it points to this piece. I'm assuming this is what it means. I know we have to wax eventually some of these pieces. Maybe it's just to help this get on better or something. Okay, let's get back to that. 30. Oh, can't remember what I was doing. Certainly not that. 30 goes on the same side as 8, which is this one. Sweet. Fell apart. Now I've got myself a bit confused now actually, so let me start this again. D8 is in first. Followed by D4, which is this one, and those two go in. Go in this one. Okay, right, so this is D8, and by D8 we will have D30, which is this piece. You knew that, didn't you guys? Put it in totally the wrong way. Right, other way round. Well, I really am getting myself confused. Alright, okay. That looks more like it. And then D30 goes through here. And D3, this one, goes here. And then we put a D33, which is basically this, through the bottom and the top to hold them in. One at the top and one at the bottom, I'm assuming. One at the top, yeah. And get them in. Okay. Keep moving them. It will not help, will it? This desk edge thing is coming into play. There we go. Okay, all right. so with D3 this way, we now need to put in these little pieces here, and they go in a specific place. So we need 5 on this side. The first one will go at the top here, like so, then that one, then this one, and making sure that the pegs go inwards, and you want to push them all the way through, not do what I'm doing, and one from the bottom like so. So I'm going to get those through. It's easier to show you with them lying down, really. Let's just hold all those pieces together. I think my puppy knows it's almost food time, and then turn it over and we put the other 6 in. So again, always pointing inwards. I have no idea what the purposes of this is, but I'm sure it's very important. I think my puppy knows it's almost food time. Almost, but not quite. And 2 more at the bottom, and these are all in. One last one, and then we are putting a piece to the top, and we are going to wax. Which side? The one with a 5 in. So we are going to wax, oh, both of these sides. Okay, so let's pop this on first, and like so. Make sure that's on. And then we are waxing the, I've got more on my brush than anywhere. Waxing these sides. It's going to be moving. Got a lot of wax on my brush right now. And then do the other side. I believe it's important to get the bottom too. Like down here. She's woken up from her nap. I think she's lost something in the couch, like probably a ball. We find them all over the house. She started taking them in the garden. I think I've told you guys before. It's like, excuse me. I used to have the back of the couch sealed off so she couldn't go down there in case she used it as her place to go to the potty, but she behaved herself, so I removed it, but now it's a source of interest. Alright, I think she needs to go out one sec. Right, we put that to one side for a second, and we have this strange looking beast, and we are going to take these 2 with this weird looking piece in, but pointing in a very specific direction. So it says the blank side this way. I'll go back to check in what my, yes, so it does have a pattern on it. So you want the blank side, and it has to go this way up. So these do have a curve to them, so you can see the difference in depth there, other than it not being fully in. There you go, you still see the depth. Okay, there's a smaller piece towards the bottom. And when I can get the second one in, so. And then this piece is going to go into the top of this beast. Not this piece. This piece. And that's the blank side with the pattern on the outside, and you can just about see that. And underneath the hole, this one will go facing the blank side inward, so like so. And then we are going to take some of our carts and put this piece in 3 spots with the cart kind of upwards. Like so. I hope this works, because I have no idea what I'm doing really. And it kind of got a bit of movement. And then put the other 3 all with the carts pointing the same sort of direction. Like so, hopefully. My element of doubt is coming in that I'm doing it right. Let's see, just make sure that that looks right. Looks right. Okay. Then we take our little gizmo here. Of which we put this flat end down this way, and the slots will go in between. Oh, up the other way. Just what I double checked myself, with the hook going towards the bottom. I'm getting grease all over my board here. And then followed by this other piece going on top, like so, and I guess clipping everything in place. So this one to line up. It's going to take a moment, isn't it? These are really quite long stages. So we're still on stage 5. Might end up having to finish this tomorrow or the next time. You'll see how quick the other pieces are. Oops. Not bend it, I push this one out altogether. Okay, that side is on. Make sure they are all in, they are. Right, now to do this side. Almost there. Now it's time for her food. Oh, we'll get that piece in as well. Square it up. I don't think I had it square whatsoever. Okay, that is in. Oh, slightly pulled to a line. Did that. Okay. I wonder if this one's a bit tight. falling out. So is that one. Maybe it's all the grease that I've got there. Makes you wonder. Okay. Stay on there now, guys. Stay on. Almost there, guys. It's like I get one side in and the other side comes out. Get my clamps out soon to hold it in. If I get one in, the others come out. Right, let me get this squared away. Okay, they are all in, I say, and they do jiggle. Don't know if I meant to do more. They did click in the end when I pushed hard enough. I think I was being too gentle, basically. Right, next, that's page 5. Do I have time to do more? I think we are going to call it a day. We next have to put a few other parts for this, but it's still another quite a few steps in order to get this part finished, this step. So we will continue step 5. Just make sure that's the one I was on. Yeah, step 5 the next time that we do this, and that will give this a moment to sit there. Not that it's being screwed in or glued in or anything, but you know, so that it knows its place. Alrighty, so we've done quite a bit today. I mean, it's quite a big mechanism there, and then we've got this one. We didn't touch the main board, but we have done 2 very huge mechanisms, and then tomorrow then we will finish this. I've actually pulled all the parts ready, so we'll be finishing this and putting them both on the board, so that will be quite a big step. So thank you all for watching. I do hope you have found it interesting, hopefully helped you if you've been stuck on any of the pieces, or you're just curious as to what sort of build it is. This is a push to fit, so technically there should be no glue involved. I mean, it makes me want to glue this, but I don't know. Anyway, like I say, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that helps the channel massively. It also notifies you every time I put new content up. I do try and post on a regular basis. A nice long hair in there, I think it's mine. You can also comment. Hello Juliet, hello. You can also comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, or email me at opallyhour@hotmail.co.uk. Trying to clean her eyes at the same time. Alright, you guys, take care. Look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye now. Bye.